Hello everyone, welcome to Farm Farming in the Philippines. The guys have been up on the far side of the plateau all day cutting and hauling down these poles. These are to put into the new field here to put the therefore support for the plants, similar to what we did down there and we've done in the garden up above. What kind of trees are these, Tata?
Any kind.
Any kind? Well, BB, I wish you'd quit following me around. We think that BB got shot like a week ago. He came to the house bleeding profusely, and that's the blood you see on his side there. That's the exit wound. And come here, BB. BB. Well, the entrance wound is on this side. Everything we could tell, it went through and through. That it's bleeding again is not necessarily a bad thing. It's draining. If it's bleeding a bit, it's draining. We haven't taken him to the vet because we can't afford to take him to the vet. If he'd gotten really sick, we would have tried to do something. But because I was worried when he originally came in that the bullet had nicked his bowel, and if that had happened, it would have been a really uphill battle for him. But it looks like he lucked out. It missed everything, because like I say, it's been almost a week and he's not sick. There's no raging infection in his body, which would have started like within 24 hours. That's the entrance one there. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's just a little tiny hole. The exit wound was much larger because it was, that's how gunshots work. It just makes a little tiny hole on the way in, but on the way out, it makes a much larger hole. I'm assuming it was one of the neighbors back over there because the dogs have been making a nuisance of themselves. And while, we can't cage them, we can't fence them, I'm not going to tie them up. Probably pretty sure this is the same person that poisoned them. And I can understand, why this particular person is irritated with him, tired of him. But it nonetheless is a little heartbreaking when you see one of your dogs hurt. And yeah, that's the exit wound there. Not a lot of swelling. He seems fine. It's probably going to take him months to heal up. Old BB, he's a tough dog. He got poisoned and then shot, and he's still kicking. I had him pinned up and separated for like 3 days, and I was feeding him, and that's the strange thing. Even the day that he got shot, he was still eating and still active and moving around. Right after he got shot, he was stressing pretty good, probably in a lot of pain, but he seems fine now. So as you can see by what's draining out of pond 3 here, that we've had more heavy rain, and that has made it to where we can't really get in and work this field because it's just too wet. We need what do you think, Tati? 4 or 5 days no rain, and then we can mix the soil. Yeah. and it's just not happening. We're getting rain, heavy rain every day. Now, not for a long time. We only had heavy rain for maybe an hour today, but that's still a lot of water. It's still a lot of rain, and it's just making it impossible. And this is this rainy season, monsoon season, whatever you want to call it, it's actually acting like it would in a quote unquote normal year. Ray and Britzel are a big help. This is the stash of poles here that are completed. We're kind of chopping them to size, to length there, and putting a point on them and putting them in the pile. Are you going to feed the chickens? The pigs?
No pigs.
There's no pig food? We bought a half sack like a week ago. All gone already? All right. So the order was put in for 50 of these poles. Is there 50, Britzel? 50?
More than that?
More than?
Yeah.
Tata and I are thinking it's going to be about 5 poles per row. So that would give us 10 rows. We're going to space them. They're going to end up being spaced 2.5, 3 feet apart. So it should cover about half of this pond. And the other half will be planted in stuff that doesn't need trellis work. Old BB. You know, these Ascals, these local Filipino dogs, they're really loyal dogs. And he, he's Gina and Tatai's dog. But when I brought him up to the house and started intensively caring for him after he got poisoned, well, then we're like pards. And since then, he has to follow me around everywhere he goes. Now, if I could be out and around 16 hours a day, then he'd probably stay home and he wouldn't have got shot. Hardhead.